Hi everyone, welcome to Simplicity TV. I am Jen Pike, your host. We're here in my living room and I am in workout clothes because no, I'm not gonna have you work out, but I'm gonna have you do a different type of work where we're gonna be utilizing two of my favorite tools, the yoga tune-up balls. These are yoga therapy balls that I use in pretty much every class that I teach, whether it is yoga or Pilates or some source of functional strength training. And what we're gonna focus on using today with these tools is releasing the tension in your feet. Now, how many of you would actually think to yourself that you hold on to a lot of tension in your feet and that the tension you're holding on to is really what's impacting the level of flexibility and range of motion you have throughout the rest of your body? I'm gonna put these down for a moment. Look, Charlie, we're getting her live on air. She rolls as well on her ball. So she has a spiky ball. Look at her. See, she's trying to get her back on it. This is awesome. So she actually, when we get down as a family and use the balls, she gets on her ball and does the same thing. So she'll put it in a different position and then see, she rolls her. I don't even have to do anything. You're welcome to your host, Charlie, today, the Havanese. She is showing you how to use, don't stop, keep going. See how she's massaging her back body? So it's intuitive for us. We are always looking, whether it's like the corner of a wall or when somebody comes around and gives you that like 2-second cheap little massage and you're like, keep going. We're always looking for ways to let go of that tension and that stress that we're holding on to. So she's gonna steal the show behind me there, but I'm gonna get right to showing you what I was talking about. You're gonna take these therapy balls out of the mesh bag. Okay, now, if you don't own a pair, you can visit right here on the bag. You can go to www.yogatune-up.ca or actually .com because this is in the US. There's free videos. Jill Miller is the creator. Amazing, amazing. I'm gonna put these down. Now, what I want you to do first is stand with your feet about hip bone width apart and place your hands on your hip. Now, soften your knees. So you're not gonna do this huge bend in your knees, but you don't wanna be standing straight up or hyperextending. Take your right arm out in front and bring the right shoulder back. And you're gonna go as far as you possibly can to the right, and you're gonna notice what you're looking at, and you're gonna remember what you're pointing to, and then you're gonna bring that hand all the way back. And then you're gonna do the same thing on the other side. You're gonna go all the way around as far as you can, notice what you're pointing to, what you're looking at, and then bring it all the way back. Now what you're gonna do is take your therapy balls. I've got a chair here because I'd love if you can do this with the support of a chair or a wall. Okay. You can take these to work with you and you can do this. You can just pop your shoes off at work. I highly recommend it, especially if you're sitting in a chair all day long. So you're gonna start in high heel stance. Balls are gonna go underneath the heels of the feet. Now when you first get here, you're probably not gonna feel much action happening. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start to work our way back into the balls working its way into the back edge of your high arch of your foot. And from there, what you're gonna do is think about drawing your heels in and pressing out. In and out. So the feet are moving in like this and pressing out to the side. And you're gonna do this anywhere from 8 to 12, maybe even 20 times. If it feels really good, just keep going with it. All right, you're gonna start to break up a lot of the adhesions, the binding, the fuzz that's holding us and holding our fascia really, really tight in our systems. So you're gonna continue to do that back and forth as many times as you need to. Then what you're gonna start to do is walk your way back a little bit. So you're not doing huge movement. Remember, those feet are about hip bone width apart, so you're just millimetering your way back until you sink into the high arch of the foot and you're gonna melt down there. Now this is usually where people are like, oh, you feel the discomfort. You're gonna stay with it, and now you're gonna rock and roll your foot over top. So you're gonna let the ball wick from side to side over the muscles in that area of the arch of the foot, over the tendons and the ligaments, and you're gonna go back and forth. So the muscles running up and down, and we're wicking back and forth the opposite direction to break up a lot of the knots that are in there. We want to create some freedom of movement. Your feet are fascinating. You've got over 7,000 nerve endings in those feet. We can actually, by using something like Reflexology, which a lot of you have probably heard of, or these balls, tap into the various attachments and the health and vitality of your organs. Now start to walk back a little bit more and continue that back and back motion. If this is really uncomfortable, if some of you have just hopped off your balls because you're thinking to yourself, this hurts so much, that is normal. The hurt is okay. It's gonna start to dissipate with more use over time. Now walk it back a little bit more until you get to the ball, right behind the ball of the foot where that high arch is, and let your weight sink down. You're gonna take a nice deep breath in You're gonna exhale all the way out. And again, take a nice long breath in. Exhale it all the way out. Now step your right foot off. You got about another minute here for this, okay? You're gonna sweep the bottom of your left foot back and forth. You can work it along the inner edge of the big toe mound, the pinky toe, the center of the foot. Now, for the sake of time for this video, I'm going to show you a really shortened duration of this, but I want you to go a little bit longer at home. You're going to switch up. You're going to do the same thing on your opposite foot. So again, you can do this at work. You could even be in your chair at the office and have these balls under your feet. It's going to release the pain and discomfort in through your SI joints, in through your sacrum. It's going to give you relief in your lower back. Take that foot off. You should feel circulation now. You should feel this incredible vibration in your feet. You should feel you walk and stand differently. You're gonna take your hands onto your hips. Bring your right arm out in front of you. And from here, you're gonna sweep that arm and go as far as you possibly can, and notice what you're pointing to and looking at. And bring that arm all the way back. Take your left arm up and draw the shoulder back. Go as far as you possibly can. Notice what you're pointing to and looking at, and bring it all the way back. The goal is that you have gone at least 20 to 30 degrees further the second time than the first. We didn't do any twist. We didn't do any hamstring openers. I didn't have you do any back bends, any of that. All we did was put the attention into your feet. I can't stress enough to you how vital their health is in the overall impact of how you are moving and using your body every single day. So my final tip for you is this. The next time your back is bothering you and you want to do this type of thing and you want to do that, take the energy out of the back, put some energy into those feet, and you're going to feel a massive difference. Have a fantastic day, everyone.